For someone who spent a couple hours mulling over what he was gonna make his first commentary video about, art was a really funny choice to make. I draw. I made the thumbnail you saw before clicking on this video and all the art pieces that were collaged into it. I draw OCs from OCs to fan or all sorts of things for fun with basically no purpose. Um, People like to tell you that art is such a fun and calming activity, or how easy it is to use to explain or convey or invoke certain emotions. And don't get me wrong, it probably does. Art is inherently, in my opinion, something looked at with like positivity from the majority of people across the globe. But what do you exactly do when you lack the ability to do what art is best known for? Now, for me, I don't actually intend on stopping doing art or drawing just because I lack the purpose for why I do it or how or why or whatever. But I've personally never seen someone talk about this specific thing. I haven't explored all corners of YouTube, but I wouldn't know. A lot of people do end up making careers from their art, like to like opening commissions and starting blogs or somewhere at some point. But what if you lack said motivation to even do something like that? Or if you ever had an idea on what to do with your art, how would someone with a lack of motivation or purpose even begin to work on it? To make their art worth something rather than just like a file that sits and collecting dust in their drawing application. Okay, listen, I didn't make this video to get all philosophical on you. So let's talk about things I hate in art. For the majority of my time drawing, I drew with a phone and my finger. I didn't have a tablet at the time as I do now, and contrary to popular belief, it did help me personally improve compared to my slightly older art pieces. Yes, you heard it here, folks. Better equipment could help you get better at art. Though not everyone necessarily needs it, like most hobbies in life. Like you shouldn't spend money on a hobby like immediately. You should learn how to learn it's kind of like when you start YouTube. Why the hell would I buy a whole gaming PC if I haven't even made it yet? Like I haven't even made a single video. You use what you have first before you spend a lot of money. What if later you realize you don't even like art? Why the hell did I buy the drawing tablet then, for example? Like it makes no sense. Regardless, drawing on a phone, for me at least, sucked, and the only thing I had going for me was the fact that I could draw semi decently and brag about it on Twitter or something and then get 2 likes in total. It was frustrating 50% of the time, and the other 50% was spent trying to learn why I couldn't draw chins. It was my art style, if you couldn't tell from the thumbnail, does lacks a lot of normal human facial features. That's just my art style. I've tried to improve it in like I've tried, but it's like I always uh, devolve back into my bones, my bone structure. Like I couldn't abandon something like that. Um, Regardless, I still don't know how to draw chins. Good job, me. When I got my first tablet, actually, I slowly but surely stopped knowing how to draw with my finger. Yeah, I know, I lost my ancient texts. Those are like, I can't believe that happened. I drew the mock-up of this video thumbnail on my phone at like 2 a.m. I'll like put it on screen or something. But and that's when I realized that I couldn't draw with my finger anymore, and like I felt like a little bit of my soul chip, imagine like a what I imagined was like Frisk from Undertale, her like their soul like chipped a little bit, that was me. And it felt like a part of me like died when I realized that, because I couldn't even figure out like IBISP like things anymore. They used to be so second nature back in a couple of years ago or something. Anyhow, I used to take pictures of like my traditional sketches on like my actual sketchbooks and then use those when I used to draw my phone. Like I would just import the sketch and then just line art and like, color and stuff and everything on iOS Paint. I wouldn't actually sketch in the actual program because it genuinely looked like a lizard was like scratching at my canvas every time I tried. It looked hideous. I tried multiple times across like the span of a couple of years where I had to use my phone to draw and everything. So, um, and yes, the thing is, my sketchbooks, like every other artist, I have a collection of crappy sketchbooks that just sit in my drawer since I was like a fetus. I was born with a pencil in my hand, and they're all lost to time and space, and no one's allowed to see those like ever because they're done like kind of embarrassing. traditional art is like genuinely like a whole other realm compared to digital art. Like I honestly applaud anyone able to do it even a little bit. Like I can't go further than a sketch without hating it. Like it's a whole other different art process completely. Digital art is not by all like it isn't by all means easy either. It has its things, but traditional art is like a whole other realm. Like being able to no undo button. I'm saying this like I've never drawn traditionally in my life. I have. It's just it's it's such a difference when you just like I'm mainly drawing digitally now. My sketchbook's been dead for the past like 2 years, but it's like an insane difference, huge difference. On a different train of thought, picture this, okay? You do something and you hate it. You come back the next day and it looks like Picasso himself painted it. Not to toot your own horn, like, but what the fuck? What the hell? How did that happen? Did the canvas shapeshift overnight or something? Why does looking at it with fresh eyes help exactly? Like you're just ruining my mood for a day, and then oh, it's okay and dandy and perfect and nothing's wrong with the world the next day. Like, why is the human brain like that? While writing the script for this video, I wrote like half of a script. I didn't even continue. What the hell? I wrote this like yesterday at 3 a.m. or something. And after that point, I just wrote points to talk about shapes, burnout, random shit. Like my like who told my past self that I was great at improv? I don't know. They, I swear, he was maybe hallucinating that I could actually do this shit. Anyway, yeah, let's talk a little bit about these shapes. People that tell you to use shapes for specific things, listen, my whole art style is just a big fat shape. Like it's a circle and then three rectangles, or like, like you can use shapes in a positive way, and that could actually benefit you. But if you don't like listen, we gotta be honest, art does require some skill. Like there are something like art can it can obviously be taught and it could be practiced and it could be like understood and all that jazz, like not everyone was just like not everyone was a self-taught artist that was born with a pencil in their hand. You know what I mean? Like I get it, but shapes as a whole don't in my opinion, I see them working more for like the cartoony style that like I don't know, like Cartoon Network or something. Like when you want to give definitions to specific character types or stereotypes of characters, and I like that. I'm a fan of Cartoon Network. I've watched cartoons before; they're amazing, and I like that. And I like the fact that it's easy to understand what the type of characters you're watching or talking about. But if you're trying to figure out your own art style, which by the way is a whole other topic in and of itself, you shouldn't be. Well, this isn't meant to be what you should and shouldn't be doing. So this is just really my opinion. Take it with however much of salt you want. But it's like I didn't go into art thinking, oh, I should have my own art style. Yes, I did struggle with it for like years, but it's like that isn't the first thing you should be worrying about, in my opinion. Um, I forgot the point. Anyway, you get the idea. I don't know. Shapes don't always benefit you, like in my opinion, and they annoy me sometimes. My entire art style, the base of every in quotes human being that I draw is shapes, and yet I still, don't, I still don't know. I still sometimes they just look like worms or something on a canvas. Back to that point about your brain, like fresh eyes the next day. Oh my god, whatever. Second point, burnout. I went through like a 2 year like burnout phase. Like it was horrible. Like I couldn't draw anything for like years. You want to draw sometimes, but then like demotivation. And the thing is, a burnout is different for everybody. Like not everyone's gonna experience the same burnout as anybody else. Well, for me, it was a lack of motivation, and I just didn't want to anymore. It probably correlated with the fact that at that point I didn't have an art style yet. But it's like it's kind of it's it looms over you like it's like if you ever it'll make you doubt your skills and doubt what you can do on a canvas to begin with, especially if you've been doing art for a long time. It makes you doubt yourself, like, oh, am I a fraud? I've been doing this for like a decade and I don't know how to draw a head. Like what is wrong with me? It's self-deprecating thoughts. They just come with the territory of being an artist at this point. The last point is just random shit. I don't know what I meant by this when I wrote it. I guess it's just art, man. I don't know. Art sometimes you just get moods. Art is just such a mood-based activity for me at least. It's such a mood-based thing. Sometimes I make the most gorgeous art pieces you've ever seen in your life. Other times it's shit on a canvas. But it's genuinely like a toxic relationship between you and your tablet or you and your sketchbook or whatever every time you try to draw anything. And being able to even just like convey any sort of emotion with your art is like crazy. Usually, recently I submitted an AP art portfolio, and the entire point of the AP art 2D design course is that you gotta convey something with your art. And I had to draw 15 pieces pretending like I knew what I was trying to convey. Because I didn't know how to convey, I don't know how to convey emotions that well through art. And it isn't just like a matter of like facial expressions or anything, it's more about what like if I were to show this to someone, what would their first thing be? Mind you, art is very subjective, at least in my opinion. Not everyone's gonna get what you're trying to convey at all. Like not everyone has the same mindset or anything. But it's for AP art specifically, I worried because they were gonna grade me on this. Like I don't know what they want from me. Like it's how obvious do they want the theme to be? You know, it was kind of crazy. Maybe I'll make a separate video about my AP art portfolio. I, it's kind of interesting, but it's also like personal. I don't know. I'll see. I have nothing else to talk about. Art is cool. Yay. Have a good rest of your day slash night. Also, yes, I do suck at parkour. Don't pay attention to the background too much, please. I can't do this anymore.